Hello. So, I wasn't going to do a video till the end of the week because actually quite a lot of stuff and productive stuff has happened since my last video. But I thought, you know what, if I try and do it all at once, there's going to be too much to say and I'm not going to have the time to actually sit down and do it. So I thought if I do it in stages, that way everything gets said and it still happens. So today, I think, is the day of the pound coin change, I think, where it goes from the circle that we used to a 12-sided shape. I don't know what one of them is called. And there was a really funny point on the radio a minute ago that what is actually going to happen to all the supermarket trolleys that require £1? Are we going to be made to keep that £1 for like the rest of our life as safe as possible just so we can shop in supermarkets? Or will they change to the designer trolleys so that we can fit in a 12-sided coin? And I don't think anyone's thought of that. It's quite a serious matter. But it'll be interesting to know what happens with it. And I'm quite excited to see it. They all look new and shiny, and yeah, I mean, I'm hoping we'll get some soon in circulation at the restaurant. So that's just a random fact that I think is true. I am drinking coffee. I've moved on to lattes now, which are they're quite nice, but I still need sugar at the moment. And Skype has just reminded me Mother's Day is coming up. Mother's Day has actually been and gone. I hope your mum had a good one. I didn't actually see much of mine. It was, when was it? Sunday morning, I think. I came down. I started work. I was due to start. It was a busy day. So I was asked to be in for 11, and I came downstairs. Mum was lying on the couch, and she doesn't normally lie on the couch. And I said, "Is everything okay?" And apparently she'd been sick during the night, and she just wasn't feeling very well. And it's not like her to not feel well. Both my parents, their immune system's a lot stronger than mine. So when they do get sick, you do kind of think, shit, what's wrong? But they came back from holiday last week. They had a really, really nice time, but my dad came back with a cold, and we think it's because, although it was sunny, it wasn't warm, so he'd taken t-shirts, but no jumper for the evenings, that type of thing. And they're quite by the sea, so we think the wind might have given him a bit of a cold. And he got it very much in the head, like mugged up nose, streaming eyes, that type of thing. Whereas he's now passed it on to my mum, and we think she got it more on her chest, which is why she felt so much more not ill, because they were both ill in the same respect, but it just affected her a lot more in terms of she actually had yesterday off of work. She just couldn't go in. She was sleeping so much. I've never seen her sleep 12 hours she slept, and she slept on and off in the evening as well. So she's gone into work today. And the fantastic news is that I think between the both of them, they've managed to give me the cold. I'm sniffling a bit, and my lips are a bit sore. So I'm really, really hoping that it's nothing, and it's just morning kind of waking upness. I hope. My hand. I don't even know if I told you. Last weekend. It's not the weekend just gone. We're on Tuesday today. Not last weekend. The weekend before. We had a massive party at the restaurant, and I was clearing dishes, and I'd stacked them in front of the customers, and I went to lift up, and if I can demonstrate without knocking my teeth, this bit of my hand, I think I expanded it too much, and I felt something almost click. I thought, shit, I can't just drop these dishes in front of the customer, just pick them up from her her place in front of her. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to have to leg it to the kitchen. Legged it to the kitchen, dropped the plates on the floor, and I was like, fuck it, it's really hurting. I knew I hadn't broken it because I could still do that. So I got some ice, put some ice on it, and my supervisor was like, what happened? What did you do? And they didn't believe me. They saw it looked a bit bruised, but they were like, you're going to be fine. And I've been wearing this thing all week. I took it off Wednesday, I think it was, thinking that it had got better. Wore it, didn't wear it during that shift. And then the next day I had off, and halfway through that day, when I wasn't even doing anything, it started hurting, and I was like, oh no, this isn't good. I don't want to see the doctor. But I mean, actually, touch wood, if I hurts to get it on and off. But I mainly wear it at the restaurant, and I'm trying to wean myself off of it because it's really uncomfortable. I don't want to wear it every day. I don't want to go to the doctor because I know they're going to tell me to rest it, and you know, I'm in a job where I can't rest it. I need to use my hand. And I'd end up getting a cold from someone at the reception, so I'm like, I don't want to go to the doctor. There's no point. So I took it off for the first time yesterday, and it felt okay. So I'm going to try and go through today not using it. I've got Voltarol, I think it is. It's like the cream to go around it. So I think it's getting better. But that's not been great. Tons of customers have been saying, oh, what's happened to you? What's happened to you? So that happened last week. My parents had a good time. What has since happened? So Mother's Day was on Sunday. Me and Hayley, between us, we got her a £50 Marks' voucher. And the idea is tomorrow, being Wednesday, the four of us, including Dad, are going to go to Bromley, which is where Hayley and I went a few weeks ago. And they've got really, really nice high street. They've got tons of shops, massive centre. So we're going to go there and say to her, look, this is your present. Go choose something from Marks's that you can wear for work or wear whenever you want to. And because she wasn't feeling well, she was really emotional. I think she likes it as a present. Because the problem is she just ran out of ideas of what to get people. It happens to me all the time. So that's happening tomorrow. It's my day off. Mother's Day itself at the restaurant, it was ridiculous. We prepared more than what we did for like Christmas Eve and Boxing Day, and I kind of thought, nobody celebrates Mother's Day that much, do they? I was wrong. They do. We made the most money I think we've ever made in a day. It was incredible. We made over £8,000. And our tips, we were all working, so there was 9 of us to split the tips between, and I made £50. So if people hadn't come in, just imagine how high our tips would have been. And problem is we did actually need everybody, even the part-timers. Like, we would have sunk because there's constantly food to be wrong. It was panic. We were so dead at the end of it. It was a 12-hour shift with 20 minutes break, which is technically illegal. But I understand why we had to, just because we wouldn't have managed. Really annoying piece of hair. So yeah, so that is Mother's Day. What else is? I did start making a list actually, because I don't normally make lists anymore. Normally I just blabber on and on. But I thought I would write a list this time because I felt like there was a lot more to say. So I sent you a photo of my dad. He's planted the chilies. And I'm trying to keep in mind when we planted them, because I'm a bit worried that we've done something wrong and they're not going to seed. There's seeds in them, but we're a bit worried they're not going to grow. So I don't really know how long to give them. I might Google it, because if it exceeds 2 weeks, surely we've done something wrong. I don't really get how you can do anything wrong. But he likes them. He's watering them a lot, and things like that. It's good. Um, we have lovely weather at the moment. As you can see, I'm in a t-shirt. Sun is streaming through. It is lovely. It's so nice to see the sun. There's flowers growing in the garden. It's just, I'm fed up of rain, fed up of wind and coldness, and I just want summer. I just want summer. Today, yes. Today marks a kind of important day, shall we say. So for the last 2 weeks, I kind of messaged you a little bit about it. I'm going to tell my manager that I don't want the supervisor role. The last 2 weeks have just been so stressful, and I take what I do seriously. You know, I don't think just because I'm a waitress I can piss around. I like to make sure customers are okay, and if there's a problem, I like to try and sort it out. But customers have just been really arsey. Like, they weren't appreciative. So that's one thing that really pissed me off. Then it's just the lack of notice, always, in terms of when you get your rota, you never get the same shifts, things like that. And then one of the guys who I started training with back in the other branch, before we even opened, he's leaving for uni in September, and I'm honestly not sure what I'm going to do without him. We're the only full-timers at the moment. The other full-timer is in the Kingston branch. So if he goes and if she stays in Kingston, it's literally going to be just me and the 2 managers that I started with, which is, it's crazy. And I didn't know that's what the kind of restaurant trade was like. But when I started, I kind of assumed I'd be the first one to leave, not the last one standing. So without telling him that I'm quitting, because I'm not, I just want to say I don't want supervisor role, because A, it's not worth it. 50p, if that, more on top of what I'm getting. There's so much more responsibility and shit. I don't want it. And B, I don't want to let him down at the same time. Like, I still care about the restaurant. I still care about him. But I don't want to say, yes, I'll do it, and then miraculously a design job comes up and then I take that instead. So I realise they need a supervisor for the next Christmas period, but I don't want them to rely on it being me if I turn it down. So I'm closing with him tonight. So I've been trying to build up the courage all week, imagining what I'm going to tell him. And you know, you just get some people who can just, they've got the perfect disappointing face. He is one of those people, and I feel like he's going to be completely gutted. So I might have to have some alcohol before I go in, just to tell him. So that's happening today. I start at 6:30. I've got 5 hours before I go in. Tomorrow, day off, I'm in Bromley with the family. And Thursday is Ollie. Finally. Feels like forever ago that I booked the ticket. Seriously, I think it was back in November. So for it to come round, it's like a massive milestone, because then once that's over, it'll be Easter. Once Easter's over, it'll be Paris. Once Paris is over, it'll be Lanzarote. And before you know it, it's banging July. Like, it'll be summer, which is crazy. So it's really kicking things off nicely. I'm really looking forward to seeing him. I can't wait. What else? Last Wednesday, I think it was, I'm not sure. A bit of a news kind of thing. We had the terrorist attack in London, and that was really close to, not close to home. Well, it is close to home, compared to all the other ones have been. But it was just, I don't even know what to say. It's shocking that it's come to this, but at the same time, we've been preparing for it for so long. It's awful. It really is, and I feel for the people who lost people in it. But at the same time, you got to think, you know, thank God it wasn't worse. Like, they could have done just so much more damage. And the crazy thing is he was apparently on the police, like, watch list. So I know they can't lock everyone up because there's not enough room, there's not enough money and all of this, but I don't know. I don't know what it's going to do. It's bad. It's so, so bad. And the really annoying thing, and I know Facebook did it for one of the disasters, I think it was in Japan, maybe, but they do a mark yourself safe if an event like that happens, and it's to tell your loved ones that you're okay. People were doing it, and they weren't even in London, and that really pissed me off, because I knew for a fact that someone from my old school she doesn't live anywhere near London, and she actually happened to be in Brighton on that day, because she'd posted photos and stuff. She marked herself as safe, and I was like, don't do that unless people knew you were in the area, because I don't know, it's weird, because then if they don't mark themselves as safe, does that mean that something else has happened to them? I just think it's taken it to a whole new level. It's just crazy. So that happened last week, I think. The actual suspect is dead, which in a way is great because it means he can't do anything anymore. But at the same time, he's not getting punished, so it's two. What one's better, really? Yeah. Other news. What other news is there? Oh, you kind of knew a bit of it. We had a friend back in high school. Actually, she was probably one of my best friends. Up until about year 11. I'm not going to name names, but you know who I'm talking about. And anyway, she and I, and Becca, we all fell out over something really stupid. And you know, I look back now and I kind of think, what was it even about? But at the time, it was such a dramatic thing that we didn't think we'd be able to get back from. Which is strange because I don't normally fall out with people. It's literally this girl, and our old flatmate. So she messaged a little bit out of the blue, like we kind of bump into each other occasionally because we live quite close to each other. And when we bump into each other, we're civil. We kind of say hi, how are you? I hope you're well, that type of thing. But she messaged us the other day in a group chat saying, it's really been a long time, we should meet up. That's going to be really awkward. Like, I don't know. I do hold grudges. I hold grudges quite well. But I won't hold them unless I really feel there's a need to hold them. And this girl, I've still got a really annoying grudge over, and I don't know. I think it's because what happened was just so immature that I'm like, are you seriously doing this with us? And I think it's because of that, and because we fell out over that I'm like, no, why should we make up? Which is immature, I know, but so thankfully, because I've got shift work, she's got shift work, and Becca is on 9 till 5 weekdays, is really hard to meet up. So I've been politely suggesting days, that then she's come back, like she's come around and said no, she can't do. But today she then suggested that she could do the Sunday this week, and I'm like, oh shit. I wasn't expecting her to say yes, because normally like she bails last minute saying she's got kids, like childminding stuff or something like that. So might have to go to the pub just to get through it. It's gonna be interesting. On other like family news, I went and saw Beauty and the Beast last week on Wednesday. I think last Wednesday I went and saw it with Mum for the first time. It was really, really good. So good. Loved it. We saw it in 3D, which was hilarious because she's not done 3D before, so she was like, why do I need the glasses? And then like the advert started and she was like, whoa. That was quite funny. But it was so good. It was beautiful. And I went saw it again last night with Hayley. It was her first time seeing it, and I originally said I'd see it with Hayley, but she couldn't do it for ages. And I said to Mum, I was like, I'm getting really desperate. I want to see it. Because on Instagram and stuff, everybody was commenting on what bits they liked, what bits they didn't like. I was like, no, I don't want anyone to ruin it for me. So Mum said she'd come with me, and then she was like, if you want to see it with Hayley again, then you can. So I did, and we saw it in 2D last night, and it was still as good. It is lovely. I want her dress. I want her dress so badly. It's gorgeous. Yeah. The other news. I say other news. It's not really news. It's just stuff to tell you. I haven't seen my cousin in a while. And the reason for that, been like 3 weeks now, I think. Basically before whilst my parents were away, my cousin went round to see my nan, which she doesn't do very often. And Nan likes seeing them all, so thought, that's a nice thing you're doing. She stupidly decided to go and tell Nan about this boyfriend that she's got. And I was like, why do that? Because if it's not serious, I just have this firm belief if it's not serious, what's the point in bringing it up? Because chances are it'll be over in a week, and it would just then look like you're sleeping around. So I question why she told her anyway. But I hate to say it, but it's the truth. My nan is racist. She is. I don't like it. I don't like that she is. I completely disagree with her. But because of the era that she was brought up in, she somehow got it into her head that that's her belief, and fine. But she can't let that impact on everybody else's life. And Gemma likes ethnic people, and so Gemma went and told Nan that her boyfriend is ethnic, and Nan was horrified. I was so disgusted that she was treating it that badly. And to this day, she is still bringing it up. 2 weeks later, she is still having a go at everybody else. Why is Gemma doing this? Why is she seeing this boy? And the thing is Gemma's last bloke was English as anything, white as anything, and he beat her up. So you can't judge a person based on their skin. And it's awful. The things that she's saying, I don't know. She makes me angry when she talks like that in front of me. So I have to leave the room. And the really, really annoying thing that really gets me, is my granddad and his brothers were Indian, and they had brown skin. So she is a hypocrite so much, because she doesn't see what she did as being wrong in her eyes, but yet what Gemma's doing is wrong. So I don't know, I have to bite my lip when I'm around her, but that's not the point. I'm going off target here. So basically, Gemma told Nan about this bloke, and Nan had a cow. To get Nan off the subject, Gemma decided to tell her that I'd split up with someone, and that me and her, if you can say that, were thinking of dating sites. And I was like, Gem, I didn't agree to the site, first of all. B, what business is it of Nan's what I'm doing? And C, what business is it of hers to tell Nan what I'm doing? I was like, don't use my life to get out of her complaining about yours, because then she went off on one about why am I looking for a boyfriend, why would I want to do, and I was like, well, it's annoying. So then obviously when mum and dad came home from their holiday, I had to tell them instantly. I was like, okay, I'm no longer with Michael, and Gemma may have mentioned this to Nan. And obviously they weren't expecting any of it. So I was like, well, I wanted to tell you before Nan told you. So I haven't spoken to Gemma in a while. I thought, do you know what, if you're going to spread my life around when I tell you stuff, not in secret, but I'd at least like her to have asked for permission first. I just thought, you know what, if you don't treat what I say to you with kind of respect, I guess, then I'm not going to see her as much. And I haven't. And considering I was seeing her like every other day for like 2 months, it's actually been quite nice to have the break from her. So that's happened. Mum at the end of this week goes to Norfolk to see Gemma's mum, so her sister. And we've had the proposal that the aunt is going to come down and pick Nan up and drive Nan back to Norfolk. Now, Nan won't even go outside unless there is a car waiting for her. She won't drive. She won't be driven, shall we say, for 3 hours. She can't do it. She aches, she's got pain, she's got all of this. And my aunt's got 2 huskies, so how Nan is going to stand up, I don't know. But it's just, she throws food, but doesn't give it any thought, if that makes sense. It's stupid. In July, we have, I don't think I've mentioned this either. In July, we've got one of my mum's cousins turning 40, and her kids are turning 18 and 16. So they're having like a massive, they're renting a hall, having a get together, friends and family. And we've all been invited, and so has family members that I've never even seen before. And the cousin messaged us, and she was like, "We really want you to come, bring the girls, we'd all love to see you." Which is fine, but I don't know any of them. You know, they're going to remember Hayley from when she was about 4, maybe 5, and now they've all got kids of their own, so I'm kind of, do I book the day off work, do I not? It's in July, so I've got time, but I can imagine, like, things being said and people kicking off, just because that's the type of family that side of my family are. Well, the other side of my family I don't even speak to, so, but it's interesting, shall we say. It's really interesting. So that is pretty much about it. I've actually said everything I need to say. So I probably won't do another video until next week. I will take some glorious photos of Ollie for you to show you what you're missing. I do need to try and book some time off work to come and see you guys. I don't know when. It might not be possibly till August, I'm afraid. Which is crazy because that's going to be a whole year since we've seen each other. But never mind, at least it would mean that we do see each other. I'm going to go get lunch, and I'm going to watch some films, and I will speak to you soon. I'm still waiting for a video from you. I realise I'm just chattering on to nobody, but I hope you're at least watching them. And yeah, I will speak to you soon. I hope you're well, by the way. I don't think I said that. I hope you're well.